Hey you guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing amazing. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. Today I want to do something a little bit different. This is our first Q&A here on the channel. So this is the first time I've ever sat down and had you guys ask me questions and I answer them. So I hope that you guys enjoy. If you want to be included in a future video, definitely follow me on Instagram because I asked on Instagram stories. I'm at Sensational Finds over there. Or you can subscribe to the YouTube channel because I also asked on the community tab. And then if you follow me, you will get notifications when I post on that little tab. So follow us everywhere. I would love to have you. It would make my whole entire day. And we're still trying to get to 10K on Instagram so I can get that swipe up feature. So help your girl out and follow us on Instagram. All right, you guys, let's get started. I'm going to pull from Instagram first because those little stories be going away fast. All right, so the first question is from Erica, and she says, do you plan on having more kids? And this is a question that we get asked quite a bit, so we're going to answer it here. The answer is, dun da da da, no, we are completely done with having kids. And I feel really good. It's like one of those scary things when you say like you're done doing something, you're like, am I really done? I feel like I'm really done. I'm so grateful to be out of that baby stage where we can just like get up and go. We don't need diaper bags and all of the extra bottles and stuff like that. And I'm really grateful to be able to have had that stage in life. I loved having newborns. It was just hard. Those times are super duper hard, and the amount of money that it takes to raise kids, you just don't really understand. And for me, I would love to have a girl. I've always dreamed about having a little girl. But in the financial situation that we're in right now, I really want to just try to focus on my two kids that I do have and try to give them the best life possible, meaning being able to send them to college and have a house for them and make sure that they can play sports and we have all the extra money for that. And just the situation that we're in right now, it would be extremely irresponsible for us to have another kid just because we wanted another girl or we want a girl. Yeah, so I feel good where we are in life, and I'm really, really excited to just focus on my family, help my kids to be the best that they can be, work on myself, try to be the best that I can be, and that means like healthy body and mind, healthy in my relationship. And every kid you have, I feel it takes away from either the other one or yourself. You have to give a little to get, you know what I'm saying? And at this point, I just feel like for my family, for myself, it's best if I just focus on the kids that I have. So we do not plan on having any more kids. So Queer Panda 91 says, what's one brand you would love to work with? And I think we all know this answer. At least I know it like right off the top of my head. Dollar Tree is one of my dream brands that I would love to work with. And I always think about it like this. Like, I don't care if I make sponsored content for them, but I would like to help them like revamp their social media, like their vision, like their commercials and stuff like that. Whenever you see a Dollar Tree commercial, it always looks so dated and weird. It just does not fit the brand. Like, I just feel like their visuals are so off. So I would love to like try to come up with some new cool ideas and ways to like get younger people into the Dollar Tree, because they really have so many things that a lot of people don't understand, like things that you can find at Walmart or Target, you can find at Dollar Tree. And I feel like if they had like the visuals behind it, they'd be able to get more people. So I would love to work with Dollar Tree in some capacity, creating videos for them, and I think that would be really, really fun. So I think this says Alea Party of 5. She says, what advice do you give a mom whose child is having a tantrum out in public? And any mom that has kids, that's out with their kids, knows that feeling. You can feel it like about to happen, and your anxiety is going up and theirs. One thing I've learned with my kids is to really take into account how they're feeling. Like if I'm taking them to the grocery store hungry, chances are they are going to act up. I'm really grateful to have my kids be pretty well behaved. They do like this weird thing now because I guess they're boys. Like they'll chase each other around and like act wild in the store. So for me, that's like my version of a tantrum. But before we even go into the store, we have a pep talk. I let them know what I expect from them, what we won't be doing, what we will be doing, like touching things. It drives me insane. So Quincy will start like picking up things. If we're grocery shopping, he'll start putting stuff in the cart. So before we even go in, we have a little pep talk, and I let him know we will not be touching stuff. This is what I expect from you. This is how you need to behave. You know what, like, so when we're walking into the store, they know I'm not playing around, you know. And I feel like when you go out into the store, sometimes you go when it's their nap time and they're just so overtired. When I'm hearing a kid that's having a tantrum in the store, you can kind of tell from the cry depending on how old they are. So really just get down with them on their level, talk to them, explain to them why this is not acceptable, why we do not do this, and if they don't stop and if they continue, just leave. I think sometimes it's better just to abort the mission, like just girl, go. In the middle of grocery shopping, just get up and go, because it's like so much more aggravating and upsetting to you to like just sit there and deal with it. But you know what I mean? I feel like parenting starts way before you even walk into that store. So setting them up in the perfect way to make sure that they're fed, they're not tired, they don't need their diaper changed, like all those things are good. And then if they're still throwing the tantrum, make sure they have a book. Quincy, he loves the phone, so when we go into the store, I'll just give him the phone and I'll push him in the cart, and then I'm able to do what I want to do. He can watch the shows that he likes, but I always try to set them up. If they're super tiny babies, give them a book or a toy, something that they can have, maybe a lollipop. If you're food shopping, you know, sometimes you gotta bribe them, girl. I'm gonna put her tag here. She says, we want a home tour, but I want a home tour too. I should have done the home tour before I even started bringing in stuff, because now my house it's like one room will be cleaned and another room will be a disaster. It's like to get the whole place in order to share, I just don't feel like it's ever going to be done. But I think maybe for Christmas, once I put the Christmas decorations up, just show you guys like a few rooms in the house and you can see that way. I think you've basically seen my whole entire house. Like there's not much to it. It's pretty super tiny. But yeah, I'll do like a Christmas home tour, but I want to show it in like a good state. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be messy or like clothes in the laundry room. I want it to look nice. And now that everything's in there and I have the kids, we've already outgrown this house. It's like this house is already too small. So hopefully we'll be buying a house super soon. And when that happens, you guys will be getting an empty house tour, but we need to really figure that out first. Auntie Cuckoo says, if it's not too personal, I'd love to hear your adoption story. I'm going to do that in a separate video. I want to do a whole video about that, so I'm not going to talk about it in this video because that's too much to talk about, but that is a story that I have full intentions on talking about. But if you guys don't know, I am adopted. I was adopted when I was 6 months old, and I was adopted into a huge family. My other two sisters are also adopted, but we're from different families, and I am biracial. Both of my sisters are biracial too, but we were all adopted into a white family. But yeah, being adopted is basically like what has molded me into the person that I am now. So my adoption story is one of the most rare stories that I've ever heard of. It's crazy, my story. So hopefully I'll be able to get myself together to share that video, because I think it can really help someone, because I grew up my whole life never feeling like that type of love. Like I felt love, but not the love that I had for my kids. So me having kids was a like huge part. Like I knew I wanted to have kids from a really early age, because I knew I wanted to feel that unconditional love, that I was grateful to have a loving family, but I just didn't have until I had my kids. And it put a lot of things into perspective for family and adoption and all of that kind of stuff. So I am adopted, and I will share that story. I've always said this on live as well. When I do share the story, I want it to be shared well, and I want it to be able to help people, because I have my birth mom. My birth mom is a huge part of my life, and then my adopted family is a huge part of my life. So I want to make sure that I tell the story in a way that is respectful to both people and still true to myself and can help people. So I struggle with how to go about it, but I know that it's a powerful story that needs to be shared. So I will share that, I promise. Mermaid Kisses ASMR, cool name, boo. What's your favorite part of being a mama? Love you, and hope you're having a good day. I love you too. Thank you for watching. So I guess I basically answered that in the question. The best part about being a mom is like the unspoken, unconditional love, like the bond that me and my kids have. I have never, ever felt with anyone else. And I think that's one of the things that I struggle with being adopted, is like feeling that I would like latch on to people, and like I felt love, but I didn't feel like that love that you feel and you don't even need to say anything, like that love, that unconditional love that I feel with my kids, and just knowing that they are me and I am them. Growing up your whole life with people that aren't truly your blood, I would always look around and be like, is that my mom? Is that my brother? I have a half brother that I knew about since I knew I was adopted, but you never know what they look like, so you make these ideas up in your head on how they look, and you would like, I would walk around thinking like, is that my brother, or like, you know what I mean? And with my kids, it's like just that feeling of just unconditional. When they look at me, they feel it and I feel it, just like that bond. And I'm so grateful to be able to have experienced that bond. And you know what I mean? I'm not trying to say anything, like, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I love my family. But the bond that I feel with my kids every day, when they don't even, like, I know they are not feeling well, they don't even have to tell me. I can tell something is wrong. And that bond, I'm really, really grateful for, and something that I love about being a mom. I love being a mom. Like, I never wanted anything else in life but to be a mom, and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to do it, that I was blessed enough to do it. So I'm going to put her tag here. I don't want to mess it up. She said, do you work before the kids came? Oh girl, I have worked. Have I worked, honey? I am the queen of jobs. Okay, I have had so many jobs. My first job was at, I guess you would kind of say like Annie Ann's, the pretzel place, Coors Brothers. I've worked at a Hallmark store. I worked at Wawa. I've had so many jobs. It's like crazy. And I think that's why I really like YouTube, is because I was a bill collector. I like trying to think back of all the jobs I've had. I've had so many jobs, too many jobs, and I never felt purpose. Like, I would just have like basic jobs. I would just work because I had to work. And then I found YouTube, and it was like, wow, a job that you actually like to do and you like get paid from doing it. Like, that's a thing. And I didn't really understand that people like go to work. Some people go to work and actually like their jobs. I would just like go, I hated going to work. I was such a terrible worker too. I was like, oh, I'm sick, I can't come in. I'd always be late. I was a horrible worker. But yeah, I've had a lot of jobs. I've done so many different jobs. I was a waitress. I worked at a bank. I've had so many jobs. I had too many jobs, way too many jobs, but I've always worked. Ever since I was like 16, I worked. Yeah, I just knew that I wanted to have money and have gas, and I was a party girl, and I know I needed to have money, and if I wanted like name brand stuff or clothes that I wanted, I would have to buy it myself. So I always started working. Once I could get my working papers, I started working, and I've had so many jobs. One of my least favorite jobs I had after I had my kids, when I think I was still I think I just had started YouTube and Quincy was pretty little, and I got a job at Aflac. I was doing these cold calls for Aflac, and that was one of the worst jobs I ever had. I absolutely hated that job, and then after I realized that I hated that job and I was leaving my kids to go to that job, I was like, oh no, never again. I'm like, I need to figure out something that either I'm home and with my kids or I don't hate. This question is, what do you use on your hair? And this is it's like one of the most sensitive topics, because my hair has changed so much since after having my thyroid removed. You guys don't know, I think it was like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I had a partial thyroid removal, and they thought that my levels were normal even after having it, but I think my levels are like on the cusp of being like hypo, that it's really affecting my hair. So I always would use a relaxer in my hair and a hair moisturizer, like a deep conditioner and a leave-in conditioner. I really feel like there are some symptoms of my thyroid coming through my hair. It's like super dry. It's not responding well. It's like my hair is not reacting to the relaxer that I've always used. I would always use like an at-home relaxer, use a good shampoo and conditioner. I love the Carol's Daughter. I use the Rasol clay, but I also use, it's like the black, I forget what it's called, black lavender or something like that. I've used that, the shampoo, conditioner, the leave-in conditioner, and I just feel like products that I was using before aren't responding as well to my hair. So I don't know what's going on with that. I truly think that it's my thyroid and I have to get it looked at. So that's a to be continued. Once I figure it out, when I went natural for those couple of months, it was like a few months, and I didn't put any relaxer in my hair, I feel like my hair felt so much better. But then once I put the relaxer in my hair just has not been responding as well. So Kate says, new to your channel, haven't had time to watch all your videos. Are you married? Have kids? How many? Boys, girls? How old? I'm loving the Dollar Tree videos. Thank you very much. So I am married. I have 2 boys. My husband is almost 40. I don't know how old he is. 38? Yeah, he just turned 38. I am 33. My kids are 5 and almost 9. And I have 2 boys and no girls. Alicia says, do you have sisters and brothers? Yes, I do. I have a sister. I'm gonna just, these are the sisters. I have 3 sisters: Teresa, Trish, and Kathy. And then I have brothers. I have a brother, Rob, James, Tim, and then I had a brother named Billy, but he passed away when I was super duper little. So that is that's all of us. There was 8 of us in total. So Josie says, what kind of work does your husband do? My husband does like office work. He works for a lender that does loans for businesses, and he's like the desk job type of dude. He is one of the hardest workers. He's like the opposite of me. I told you guys I've had so many jobs and like was terrible at them all. He's had a lot of jobs, but he's good at them all. He's like the type of worker that'll be there every day. He likes the schedule. He wakes up at the same time. He's like a great worker, and he's worked there for quite a while. He's like the desk job type of dude. He's not like the handyman type of guy at all. My dad was. Ned Tech Girl says, did you go to college for anything? What did you do right out of school? And oh, so I made a lot of bad choices right after high school, a lot of bad choices. So I did not go to college. I went to beauty school. Went to school to be an esthetician right out of high school, and I was just really, really lost at this time. Like, I was a party girl. I was into drinking. I liked to do drugs. I wanted to hang out with my friends. I had no motivation, no drive, no desire to do anything but party, and it led me down a path of the long way. I took everything was just so much longer and harder for me. So I decided, like, I don't need to go to college. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna party. Like, I had that mentality. I was like the worst. Like, ugh. I was just like a really lost girl that didn't have any direction, and I wish I could go back and just hug myself and be like, it's okay, you're enough, just work hard. I just didn't have any drive and nobody really pushing me to do better, so I decided not to go to college. I thought I was just gonna work, and then I went to school to be an esthetician, and it was only like a couple months, and it was fun when I went, and I worked in one salon, and I messed that up. I ended up being hungover every time, and I didn't realize you had to build your own book, and I never really liked to talk to people, so I was like, that was a bad choice doing that. I like doing the facials, but I was like trying to get the clients was super duper hard, so I ended up getting fired from that job, and I never did anything else with my esthetician license, so that was a big waste of time. But I wish I would have went back over, like, I wish I could do a do-over and then go to college, because I think that it's really important just for like self-growth, self-discovery, to do something. Like, if you don't know what you're going to do, at least go for something. Just try. I think it's something that like, when you want to feel independent, like, I always thought I was super grown. I always like wanted to date older guys and be in that scene, and I was like, you grown until you ain't grown, you know what I mean? Like, I thought I was so grown until reality came and slapped me in the face, and then I'm like, you just waste so much time thinking that you're grown doing nothing. I was just like on this wheel of nothingness until I realized it's like everything is really up to me. My destiny, my life is up to me, and I got to work for it. It's not just going to be given to me. And the moment that I realized that, I realized that I wasted a lot of time. So, nope, didn't go to high school. I mean, didn't go to college, but I did graduate from high school. Amanda says, since you have 2 kids, I was wondering, how was it when you brought your second baby home? Any tips on parenting 2 kids? So when we brought Quincy home, it was one of the best times. It felt so natural because we talked about Quincy for so long to Bobby. I can remember being in the hospital, and Bobby came to visit, and he was holding little Quincy, and Bobby was tiny then too. And if I have a picture, I'll try to put it up. But he was like holding Quincy, and he kisses him on the head. He's like, I love you, baby brother. And it was so cute. But I tried really hard to keep talking about Quincy to make it be like a big exciting experience, like, baby brother's gonna come and you're gonna be able to play with him and it's gonna be so fun. We got a lot of books, and we made sure to get him a shirt when it was happening, and I just really hyped it up and made it something special, so that when it was the time, he was like so excited for it. He didn't know what to expect. And I also just tried to give myself grace when, like, I knew the house wasn't going to be clean and I wasn't going to be put together, and like everything was not going to be perfect. And for me, the best thing that I did after I had 2 was to lean in for help. When I had Bobby, I was like, I don't need any help. He rarely went with anyone. Little Bobby was with us 24/7. He rarely went for sleepovers, anything like that. Like, my family would take him for the day and stuff like that, but we were always with him. For me, I really needed to lean into family and let them help, like, even with my husband, just letting him help, not feeling like I had to do everything. And if everything was not perfect how I wanted it to be, to give give myself the grace to be like, it's okay, you know what I mean? Not being hard on myself. Like, I am my own worst critic. I can beat myself up worse than anyone can. So I think for myself, just like taking a step back and oh, taking a step back. That was the mailman. He scared me. He probably thinks I'm so weird. Taking a step back and realizing like there are people here that want to help you. You do not have to do this all on your own, and it's going to be even better because if Bobby was just at the house with us when we had Quincy, you know, Quincy was sleeping at awkward stages and awkward times, so it's like he would just be at the house. I was grateful to be able to have my family there to help me and take him and do fun things with him because I wasn't able to. So just asking for help, looking to your family to help you, even though you may want to do it all yourself. But you're going to kill it, girl. You are amazing. She says, I have a 2-year-old and I'm 5 months pregnant. I feel like that's how Bobby was. I think Bobby was around that age when we had Quincy. So you're going to do awesome. Good luck to you. Stella says, when you go thrifting, what is the most favorite thing to get and what do you always steer clear from thrifting at a thrift store? So when I go thrifting, I always look at the furniture. For me, I love the furniture. The furniture pieces are something that I can just see in a bigger picture. Like, can I use it in my house? Can I refinish it? If it's not the right color, is it the right size, the shape? Furniture is one of my favorite things. When the kids were a lot smaller, I would always look at toys too. I feel like toys and books for your kids are a great place to go to the thrift store. There's nothing a little Lysol wipes and the spray can't help. Stuffed animals, those kind of things, I really stay clear of. I just don't like it. I don't think that it's, underwear. I see underwear at the thrift store. Linens, like sheets and things like that, I don't get from the thrift store. I feel like those things are so inexpensive at Walmart and Target. There's really no need unless you have to. You know what I'm saying? Things that, like, when you're like very intimate and personal, bras, underwear, like loveys, like things like that for the kids, like things that they'll hold on to, I don't buy at the thrift store. So Stella asked another question and she says, with all the Dollar Tree videos out here highlighting Dollar Tree, do you think people are becoming more open to shopping at the Dollar Tree, and have you seen no change at all? Oh, I definitely think people are becoming more open to the Dollar Tree. Definitely. I had like CNBC send me an email about doing like a piece on it. Like, they see a huge rise in the dollar store. Even like the stocks of the Dollar Tree are going up excuse me, are going up because more people are investing in it, because more people are shopping. They see it as like a recession proof thing. I couldn't believe it when they emailed me about it. They were like, we see you make Dollar Tree videos. I'm like, see, if CNBC is thinking that it's a good thing, more people are becoming more open to the Dollar Tree. And I think Dollar Tree is proving themselves. Like, they're one of the only places that have not raised the prices, but the products keep getting better. So I definitely think people are becoming more open to it. I hope so. That's like really the main goal of these videos, is to show people that you can live a fabulous life on a budget. You can shop at the Dollar Tree and still have just as nice things. You can find the same things at Walmart that you can find at Dollar Tree. You just have to look. And some people want to pay a little bit extra so that they can have all of the beautiful lighting of Target, the Target experience. But then there's some people that have become aware of what's available at the Dollar Tree, and they're like, nah, I'm gonna just go to this dark little dingy Dollar Tree and get it for half the price. Sometimes you want to go to Target and you want to get a coffee and you want to walk around and you want to make it fun, but that comes at a price. And I think we've starting to understand that. Like, I think we're starting to understand that, of like, what's the price? What price are you willing to pay just for that experience? So I hope so. Let me know what you guys think. Put a comment down below. Do you think more people are becoming open to the Dollar Tree, or do you see no change at all? Have you ever gotten noticed from YouTube on the streets? Yes. Oh my gosh, I'll be in the Dollar Tree looking crazy. It's always when I look the most insane. Could I go to the Dollar Tree looking like this and look normal? Oh yeah, I see people all over and they're like, hey, I watch your channel. I'm like, hey girl, thanks for watching. I love seeing y'all. It's so fun. Even Quincy and Bobby, they'll be with me and we'll see people and I'll be like, they watch the channel. We saw someone at the fair. I don't know if it was a fair, it was like a carnival, and they had their kids there and we took a picture. It's always good to put a face with a name. Like, you know what I mean? I know you guys watch, but it's like you just see the number of views. You don't actually see what y'all look like. So when I'm out and I can see you guys, it's so much better. It's so fun. Ned Tech Girl says, what's your long-term goals work-wise? Any more kids? Will you change the channel when you have more time? So that is one thing. So there's another question of when is Quincy going to start school? So I thought that Quincy would start school when he turned 5. But over the summer, I just really felt like this overall need to keep him home with me, and I don't know what it was. So Quincy is going to start kindergarten when he is 6, so next year. So I didn't, with Bobby, I always try to push him and be like, he needs to start preschool at this age and start kindergarten at this age. And once he started kindergarten, we really struggled to the point that they were making me think that he had ADD, that he didn't know how to focus, that he, like just the teachers was just giving me so much at once. So when it came time to putting Quincy in kindergarten, I just wanted to pause and wait and make sure that it was actually the right choice, that it wasn't too early. And everything that I wasn't working with Bobby at home and I depended on the school system to do, I'm now doing with Quincy. So I stopped putting all of the, like, everything on the teacher. Like, the teacher needs to be teaching them this, the teacher. I'm like, I need to be doing this, and I need to make sure that I'm really focusing on him and like listening to him, because it was really scary what was happening with Bobby in kindergarten. I just felt like he's 5, he's a little kid. Like, they just had me feeling all different types of ways. So with Quincy, we waited. We're going to put him in so that when he starts kindergarten, he's going to be super ready. He's going to know exactly how he needs to behave, what's going on, learning, and all of that kind of stuff. And I took more and put it on me than putting it on to the school system. So hopefully when they are both in school, I will have much more time and I can have a better routine of, like, you film at this time, you edit at this time, and it's like more of like a job. Right now it's like you kind of just, it's like a free for all. I do it when I can, when I have the time, because I'm being pulled in so many different directions. I would love to be able to dedicate more time to it and have it be specific time, and you know what I mean, maybe have like an extra person, like an assistant or someone to help me with ideas. That's one thing that I really struggle with, is coming up with creative ideas. Like, what do you want to put on the channel? Like, it's your channel, you can put whatever, but it's like coming up with these ideas. Like, will it help? Is it something that I can look into the analytics? Like, I need another person just to bounce ideas off of, and right now it's all on me. And my husband, he is totally cool, but I just don't think he understands, you know, if it's like the business side of it, like contracts and deals and all of that kind of stuff, he understands. But for the creative stuff, it's just me, and I really would love to have somebody come on and help me with that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm hoping for in like the next year, to get my kids both in school and then to be able to dedicate like a full 8 hours to the YouTube channel with the help of somebody. And I think that'll be good. It'll be able to have like new eyes. You know, I feel like I've been looking at the channel for so long just through my eyes. Maybe I need to have somebody else. And I made the terrible decision of getting a manager, and that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. And I would never recommend, if you're a smaller YouTuber, do not sign with management. It was one of the worst decisions that I've ever made, but I thought that they would be another set of eyes to help me out, and they really just took my money. So I feel like managers are the new MCN of this day. Remember MCNs? Everyone's like, don't sign with an MCN. They would get your YouTube AdSense. I think people or companies have realized how much money you make off of brand deals. So now they're setting themselves up as management, and they're not really managers. They're just taking a percentage of your brand deal and not doing anything for it. So that happened. So that was a bad choice that I made. I thought that that was what I was going to be getting, like another set of eyes to help me. They were saying all different kinds of stuff that they did not do. But I'm hoping that if maybe I can hire somebody, an assistant or something, to come on creatively and help with the content, we can come up with some new ideas. So I definitely am always thinking, let me see what the question was. I lost track. I don't think I will ever change up the channel. I like where I'm at. It feels good here. It feels right. I feel like we vibe on like being on a budget, being moms, like not being about all the other stuff. I like the feel of the channel. I just want to put out more content, you know, give more ideas, more tips and tricks, and like in my own voice. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think I will ever switch up the channel. I always think like, when I get rich, when I get a lot of money, will I switch up? Because I be seeing these YouTubers switch up big time, and I'm like, would I do that? I'm like, I don't know. I hope not. I really hope I would still keep, but I feel like I'm so much older too. A lot of these younger ones you see, they're in their 20s, they're young moms, they make it big on YouTube, and their whole persona will change. And I think maybe just because they're not too sure of themselves, they don't know what they stand for. So I'm hoping my age would allow me not to do that. But I like where the channel is at. It feels good. It feels right. It feels like it's in my voice. Like, I feel like when we do a video, it's like me. So I don't want to change what's on the channel. I just want to be able to put out more content. So I'll finish with the last question. It says, how did you go about potty training your oldest son? And my son keeps getting sick at daycare. Any tips on how to build up his immune system? I definitely would recommend taking some type of, not an antibiotic, what am I saying? So the last question I'm going to take is, how did you go about potty training your oldest son? And my son keeps getting sick from daycare. Any tips on how to build up his immune system? And I think that's one of the things that it's just like you kind of have to deal with once they go into school. As soon as Bobby, like, summer will happen, he'll be home, he'll be fine, and as soon as he goes back to school, he's got like the consistent runny nose. It's just like all those germs, all those people in one place. That's kind of just like how it happens. But I definitely would say giving them a vitamin, a probiotic, something in the morning to help with all of those vitamins. Make sure that they're having a good diet, the juices, like give your kids some, natural juice. I feel like when I was juicing, or even when you buy them, you just feel overall better. Maybe make a little kid juice with some apple juice. Make sure that they're getting all of the nutrients, the antioxidants, the vitamins that they need so that their body can help to fight the cold. And then make sure that you're just, trying to make sure that at the daycare, they're being clean, washing their hands, wiping their noses, not letting them touch each other. I saw some really crazy stuff happening at daycare. Like hand, foot, and mouth is very common. It's just one of those common things, but just making sure that your daycare provider is like being aware of it and not helping to spread those germs is really important. And through your diet, vitamins, probiotics, antioxidants, juices, all of that kind of stuff, I think that's the only way you can really beat that. As for potty training, we did like the 3-day stay home, be naked, and teach them about the potty, and it worked for both of my kids. Both of my kids never had any issues with not being potty trained. I tried to listen to their cues. When a kid is ready to start using the bathroom, they're very interested in what you're doing. They want to know. If you have a little boy, they want to like see their dad go to the bathroom. I feel like we just tried to listen to his cues, and then once it was time to potty train, we took the whole entire weekend, took his pants off, and just let him run around. We put a bathroom, like one of those little kiddie potties in his room, in the living room, and we just every couple of, I don't know, was it minutes? I don't think so. Maybe like I don't know how long they say. There's a book about it. I'll link it in the description box. But every so often, you just have them go sit on the potty. You might need to reward them with an M&M, a Starburst. Kids love. So when they feel like they're doing something that they're supposed to, you give them a reward, and don't go anywhere. If you are potty training, make it like potty training weekend. Do not go anywhere. Do not schedule anything. Make sure that you know that it's just going to be dedicated to that. Accidents are going to happen. That's just what it is. And just take the cues from them. If they're not ready, you're going to be able to tell, and you can't force them to be potty trained. They're going to do it on their own. But make it fun. Make it something that you want to talk about. Buy some books. Maybe show them some videos. I don't know what they have nowadays. I'm like one of those kind of like older moms now. I'm like, I don't know what they have out now. So this was probably my longest video ever. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got to hear more about me and understand where I come from, what I stand for, what you can expect from me. If you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys are a real one that has made it to the end of the video, leave the word SPUD in the comment section down below. I absolutely love and appreciate all of you guys, especially those that stayed to the end. So leave the word SPUD in the comment section. I love you. I appreciate you. Here are a few from my previous video. I hope you guys are all doing amazing, and I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye, you guys.